Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Depending on what order I decide to do all of these in, is I do technically have an extra, well, it's not eBay, it's from Married Cart, but I've got an extra package coming in that I can also do a review on. And I also have these two beautiful mock figures that I just got today as of recording this. You may not see this as soon as it gets recorded though. You may. I don't know exactly what I plan on doing yet. And you could also help me decide if you go to the Instagram right now. You can vote on what figure gets the upload first, as I plan on trying to do most of these all tonight, but depending on my camera space, I don't know. Maybe not. We might end up saving one thing for when I get the extra Mary Kart package tomorrow. But before we get too lost in the sauce, let's take the stuff out that is not getting reviewed today. Sorry if you thought the mock packages were getting reviewed. No, today we are specifically opening this package right here. I'm gonna try to, sorry if that was a little loud, I'm gonna try to open this on camera. If you guys are interested, I got it from this eBay seller right here. He has a really good eBay store, really good prices on both loose and mock figures. I technically got two figures from this guy. I don't know if you could possibly have seen what it is from that view, but let's take the man out of the packaging. We have Johnny Gargano. Kind of looks like I got the one with Johnny Gargano syndrome though. I don't know exactly just yet, because there's a little issue that people have been claiming when it comes to the Johnny Gargano, is that some people were getting like the normal sculpt, and some people were getting like the old like Comic-Con model where it showed the kick pad mold going up higher, which that is not the case here. So I got the right Johnny Gargano that I wanted. And well, let's kind of get them ready and displayed. We'll set up the extra hands real quick. So sorry, Johnny, you are losing some hands. Could have just done this all off camera and made it all a little bit simpler for you guys. But no, we're being a little extra today. So here's the accessories that he would have technically come with. Of course, one set of the hands would have been on the figure. Oh, I didn't think about it. He comes with the jacket. Should have removed that, but we'll just look at it on the figure. It's a really nice looking jacket. I really love the design on it. We'll get into the head sculpt and the design of the attire here in a minute. But yeah, he comes with the two hands. The like Johnny Gargano looking off into the distance / like Christian-esque hands, because Christian didn't like the same thing. So yeah, why don't we get him set back up with a set of hands and we can look deeper into the attire itself. Alrighty, you guys, getting into the action figure itself with no accessories on it. As you can see, the jacket is off. Clearly you could see. But looking into like the wrist area and the tights area, it's a really cool design. I love the red, yellow. You've got a little mixture of blue in the kick pads. It's just a really cool wrestling attire all around. I don't know if this is supposed to be like basing it off of anything in particular, as I don't really see any like design that makes me think of something off the top of my head. Like that kind of looks like slime. That could be blood though. I don't know. I don't exactly know. I know I do like this attire though. I'm happy I kind of waited to get a Johnny Gargano that's got double jointed arms. And I also didn't pay a ridiculous amount of money for this Johnny Gargano. But with that being said, taking a look at the head sculpt here, it's actually a pretty nice clean head sculpt. Maybe a little smudge on that nose there, as you can see, and there's like a little smudge up here, but not the biggest ordeal. It does kind of look like Wrestling Hero figs. I do see what a lot of people are saying about that there, but honestly, in the long run, I still do see it as Johnny Gargano as well. It looks just oddly similar to Wrestling Hero figs. Still a really good Johnny Gargano head sculpt, including like the way the hair's molded and everything just along the lines of that, including the beard. But yeah, so getting into the eBay package discussion, I paid roughly $23-ish for this loose, and that was after shipping and all of that good nature. So this Johnny Gargano, for an aftermarket purchase, I guess you could say, was fairly cheap. And I say aftermarket because I didn't get it from Ringside. I didn't find it in the stores. I got it on eBay, no package included. That's fine with me though. It doesn't mean anything realistically. But damn, honestly, the price I paid was a pretty good price indeed for a figure that will probably be hard to find here in the next 5 months. So why don't we kind of break down some of the points of articulation, then we'll get into the final pose, maybe kind of compare it with another figure I have out, and we'll get into our final thoughts. So he can look up about that high unless I do. Oh, it is fully bent in the back, so he can look up that high, putting his torso back into a normal spot. He can look down that far. Ab crunch, pretty decent. Of course, got upper shoulder articulation. Can go 360 with the shoulder, along with bicep swivel, double joint in the elbow, as you guys can see, and the wrist does swivel along with bend. He's also got waist swivel as well, if I could actually bend the wrist to show that. This figure's actually really tight in the hand, and that's one thing I'm happy about, is it doesn't feel like it's gonna get loose anytime soon. Let's see how good the splitsies are on this figure. He can do a pretty decent split, so you know he's gonna do a beautiful super kick. That's all that matters when it comes to a figure like Johnny Gargano and its leg movement. Of course, the upper legs are a little bit stiff, but it's got the upper thigh rotation, double bend in the knee, got kick pad rotation, and he's also got a little bit of an ankle rock and technically an ankle bend. Ankle pose or ankle bend, whatever you want to call it. Ankle bend preferably, right? I don't know, I'm kind of losing track of my train of thought here. I still haven't slept after work, so kind of sucks for me, especially since I've kind of got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow as of recording this, mind you. So today is Halloween, so if you're watching this on Halloween, happy Halloween, you guys. Much love. But if not, sorry for the late happy Halloween. I'll probably try to post this up tonight just to say screw the vote a little bit. You guys are still getting 2 packages to select from. I really wanted to get this Johnny Gargano out of the way. And with that being said, why don't we get them all posed up, kind of compare them to another figure, and we can get our final thoughts in. Alrighty, now that we've gotten Johnny Gargano in his final pose and alongside another figure in Tommaso Ciampa, I can definitely say I love the vibe of the two attires kind of clashing together. Tommaso Ciampa being more of a heelish-esque character, so he wears a lot more darker colors, as compared to Johnny Gargano being more of the face of the like tag team and having the brighter ish colors. Still kind of using heel-esque, heel-ish attires, like colors with the red and the yellow. I know could be used on babyface attires too, hence why he's wearing it. But I kind of would also associate those to be more of heel colors as well. You know, and I will also kind of point out there's a little bit of purple detailing in the trunks that I did not mention earlier. Just thought I'd throw that out there because some people may have called me out on it in the comments below. You never know. But what would I rate this figure? You know, honestly, just because I really love the way it poses around, I love the way it feels. Honestly, I think this figure definitely deserves a good solid, you know, I think he deserves a good solid 8.5 out of 10. Only thing that kind of makes me look at this figure with a little bit of sadness, you know, the paint scuff on the leg there, that's blue, so you know it comes from part of the attire somewhere. And honestly, that's realistically it. Maybe like an extra set of hands could have done the trick there though, but not the biggest ordeal. But all in all, 8.5 out of 10. Let's say a solid 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like that sounds pretty even on the two different ratings there, because that's what I normally tend to do around here if you're new. But you know, with all that being said, speaking of if you're new, maybe if you like the video, you can hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, it doesn't really bother me too much. Don't think it really does, because it doesn't. I'm just mentioning like the video if you want to. It does help out a little bit if you choose to. Also, if you would like to, feel free to subscribe for future action figure content. As you can see, we've got a little preview into next week. And yeah, next week's the next lineup of action figures, plus one that will be here hopefully tomorrow. And we also do an action figure pick fed show on the channel. So if you're interested in pick fed shows, we will be hopefully adding a new episode here soonish. Sooner rather than later. I still just gotta work on a couple more matches and a couple more promo segments for that before it gets done. But other than that, I think this is where we wish everybody a good night, a happy Halloween. Hopefully if you went out trick-or-treating, you got plenty of candy. Hopefully you also at least dressed up if you did do so, because a lot of people I've seen today have just casually like shown up in their normal day-to-day clothes. And I get it. Maybe your yearly outfit is being a clown, but it's whatever. I kind of think if you're not gonna even bother to dress up, at least you could do is maybe just stay home and hand the candy out yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thought, and I shouldn't really like go in too hard on it. Whatever though. Hopefully you guys have a good Halloween. Hopefully you enjoy all the candy you got or bought, whatever the case may be. In my case, gonna be eating it. And on that note, hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, you guys.